Hey, what's up, legends? So today we're going to be interviewing Jared. He is an ex-FIFO worker like myself. So, he's going to be talking about his story, his journey, and basically like how he went from working FIFO, doing 12 hours a day. I think he was a welder, and then to converting into online space, making over 12K a month. And he's actually living in Dubai right now. So crazy numbers, and it's crazy to see, another FIFO worker like myself. But yeah, hope you enjoy, and I'll catch you later. Cheers.
Yo, what's going on, Jared? How are you today?
Oi, oi. No, I'm good. How are you?
That's good. That's good. So today we got Jared here. He's in Dubai right now, and he's also an ex-FIFO lad like myself, an ex-construction. So we're gonna go down and talk about, his journey, how what he went through, and coming into ABC, and then the transition he's made into the online space. So Jared, take me to the very start, like fucking before day one and before joining ABC. What was that like?
Yeah, so basically I was doing FIFO for about a year and a half. And yeah, kind of got sold the dream on FIFO, I'd say, especially coming from the UK and Ireland. Basically everyone from where we're from comes over to Australia, tries to get FIFO job. It's at the top end money. It's the most you're ever gonna get. So yeah, I thought, fuck it, I'll join it. I'll do it. Surely into that, about 6 months in, I was like, I can't be doing this long term. And I'd always go to Bali and stuff with my weeks off. And I'd see all these little freaks on the laptops making money in that. And to be fair, they were younger than me, stupider than me. I literally go up to them in the gyms and like, what do you actually do? And it's always like, oh, crypto or this, that, that. And then there was a couple of people I came across that was remote sales. But I didn't really think of it too much because it wasn't really like a business model. Anyways, kept coming back from Bali, back to my mine site, and yeah, eventually just started looking into the sales side of things. Looked into a bunch of stuff online before though and failed. Spent about like 5 figures on like other courses, products to sell online, and all of that as well. And yeah, once I just knuckled down on the sales side of things, that's when everything kind of took off for us though, instead of trying all these fucking business models.
Yeah, there's so many different business models out there, but like once you realize that the two things that they all run off is sales and marketing. So learn sales and marketing and you can basically go do whatever the fuck you want. And just on
Yeah.
those like digital nomads, yeah, you do see them all the time, like in Bali, and you're like, fuck. And especially like same here when I was working FIFO. And yeah, you would go on like your swing, you would go to Bali on your break and then see them. You're like, fuck these cunts. Like they're here all the time while
Yeah.
I'm working 12-hour shifts in like 40-degree heat. But yeah, it's fucked. I guess like what was sort of your turning point for you when you decided to jump into the online space?
Well, I don't know if I can even say it on here, but it was one of the Bali trips. Yeah, obviously, I had an experience, let's say, in Bali, and yeah, essentially it made us realize, like, look at all these dweebs around you. They're nothing special. They literally have your holiday as their reality. Um, and like I was saying, I was going up to them and all that, but that was probably the turning point. I remember coming back to Mindsight one time, given the worst jobs ever, and I would literally just sit on the toilet, just skiving at work. I'm just seeing everyone on my algorithm that I've just been in Bali with, and they're just like working just at the pool that I've just spent the week at, and I'm like, look at this man. I've got to do something about this. So essentially, all the FIFO money I was making, I was just pumping it into my own self education. Um, yeah, I didn't save anything in FIFO. I could have, like a little bit, but I was just pumping it into learn how to make money online. I just used FIFO as leverage to be like, right, let's find a method that would work for me.
Yeah. Yeah, because yeah, FIFO is good, but it's definitely not long term. Like I mean, when I was in
No.
there, I just had like a goal to get my house and then try and get out. But a lot of the time in FIFO, like the skills that you learn isn't really valued out like in the world. I was doing fucking diamond drilling. Like I can't go back to the city and do that. So it's just like my skills are just as limited. I guess like
Yeah.
so when you made that jump into like joining the academy and getting started, what was that like, and sort of what was the mindset that you were going into to then start that?
Yeah, because I tried other like communities and stuff before. So when I joined ABC, it was just like the resources and stuff I had in the community, like the actual community of lads that was similar age to me, and and whatnot as well, and going through the same stuff as me. I think you joined 2 months before, so
Yeah.
there was actually like people in the same boat as me, and then people ahead of me as well. So when I joined, I was like, right, I'm just gonna go balls deep in this and just fucking go mental. Um, and yeah, I'd say I found results quicker than most people, I'd say. It was about 6 weeks I landed an appointment setting role. And then I think it was like 10 weeks I matched my FIFO income. And then I got in a bit of trouble with my boss anyways, because I was posting videos with my logo and stuff in. And then, yeah. And then I just told him night before I was supposed to fly out, I was like, I'm having the blues here. I just rang him up. I was like, look, I'm not coming in tomorrow. And I just quit. And then, yeah, I just went all in since then. And that was probably about a year ago now, or 13 months ago now.
Yeah, fucking right. So you've been full time online. I know you've done heaps of traveling and that. I guess like, what was that change? What was that feeling like? Because I know it was fucking crazy for me to then quit that FIFO job and then be able to travel. And what would tell like what were the countries that you went to and what were they like and what was that experience?
Yeah. So I had it crystal clear in my head that I wanted to move to Bali, like when I started everything. And so literally I had to sacrifice my permanent residency in Australia for everything, because the only way for me to stay in Australia was to stay in FIFO. So, but that's how desperate I was to get out, because I was like, lived in Australia for 5 years, but I was like, I'd rather just be traveling about. I'm young. I don't want to be settling down yet. So yeah, got up and going, landed my remote sales roles, and then just moved to Bali. Ditched the visa, went over there for a couple of months. Obviously, met you even before in Perth, but then met you again in Bali and stuff. And then went back home for Christmas. And then I've, yeah, just been traveling around Southeast Asia there, Thailand, Vietnam, and I'm in Dubai. So yeah, it's good having that freedom. But don't get us wrong, when I first transitioned that, with the appointment setting and stuff, it was like back against the wall. But once you get over that, it's like, fuck, you do get that freedom.
Yeah, because you went same as me, appointment setting and then closing. Well, you closing like way longer than me, and then go full time content. So, what would you say, like because you went into the personal branding as well, how did that also change your life in terms of like the people that you meet and places? Like, what did that do for you?
Yeah, like even before I even knew what remote sales was, I was documenting everything, documenting what I was doing, trying to make money online, and then just documenting the whole way. And even people now reach out to us, be like, I was watching you like literally from day one, blah blah. So yeah, it's the personal branding side of things just scaled everything for me though as well. But like obviously learn the skills, then getting put in a position where I can help other people as well. That's where I get the real enjoyment. Um, Getting other lads that were in a similar boat to me in this space and just leaving the jobs and just achieving the goals essentially. I'd say the personal branding's like, yeah, that's been magical for me. Like,
Yeah, it's also like for me, like posting now is easy. Like I remember the first couple of posts were like, fuck. But
yeah, yeah,
like now it's just easy and I actually like doing it because you're documenting your life and stuff and putting yourself out there. But you don't
yeah,
you don't have to, for the people watching you don't have to post on social media to get into remote sales. This is just the personal like documentation and personal branding side of it, which you can then leverage to
yeah,
get more roles, to get affiliate offers and so on and so on. So
yeah.
like Joe, talk me through, your best months. I mean, maybe even your worst months, or and then sort of how you kind of pushed through that and got through that.
Yeah. So initially, obviously, replaced my income was up and down for a while, with offers and stuff. Closing for ABC hits, it was like, would have been 12K AUD in 1 month, just strictly closing.
Yeah.
And then moved into fitness rules and stuff after that as well. Stayed at a similar amount then, and then now I'm just doing the content side of things. But yeah, I went from like the real estate appointment setting role into ABC closing, and then closed on fitness for a little while there as well. That gave us really good experience and stuff as well for closing, because it's something I was actually passionate about. And obviously I can branch out at anything now, with the skills that I've learned. But that was actually kind of B2B, because I was basically essentially getting other personal trainers that wanted to make an online business instead of being on the gym floor, transition them into the online space. So yeah, that was like a UK offer.
Yeah, and business to business is always better because you're dealing with business owners, not just fucking
Yeah,
random customers. But yeah, now 12K AUD is like fucking solid, especially for closing, and that's just from taking calls.
Yeah.
So just to like go from here, where what would you say someone's sort of on the fence there, a little bit like skeptical to start, wanting to um jump in, but they're like a bit fucking not sure yet. What would you say to them just to really get them started?
Yeah, I'd say, well, for me, I fucked around a lot, especially when I was working FIFO. When I'd go to Bali, I was winding myself up, trying all these different business models, dipping my toe in everything, trying to balance all these plates. They all work, all these business models, you know, and I would say the best way to go about it is just not start a business. It's by learning the skills first. I wasted so much time trying drop shipping, SMMA, all these other business models. I didn't have the skills. I was just a tradie. How the fuck am I supposed to set up a business? So I'd say start with sales or marketing, or even both. But even if you do want to create a personal brand or whatnot as well, I'd say you've got to learn sales though. Like start with sales with it all. It's going to help you in the long run, 100%.
Yeah, it'll fuck you up, won't it? Not having that skill behind you to do anything. And then no matter what business you go into, then you have the skills there. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty much it for the in terms of the interview. I hope that was all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything, then just hit me up on Instagram or just leave a comment. And yeah, thank you so much, Jared. Cheers.